In the Know Your District series, today we are going to discuss about Nagaon district. Yes, you can see here, this is Nagaon district, north, south, east, west. So you can see here Brahmaputra here, north, and then eastern we have this Karbi Anglong, western you can see Morigao, and the south portion you can see here. These are the different parts, right? Dima Hasao. Now, Nagaon district. If we look at the Assam map, then you can find here Nagaon. So if you see the district sharing the boundaries with Nagaon, then you have Morigao, Karbi Anglong, then Golaghat, then West Karbi Anglong. And in the north side means that behind Brahmaputra you can see Sonitpur. So I think that the APSC interview or APSC examination point or any government examination point of view, you have to know the boundaries or what are the north, south, east, west, different places. Now, if we look at a glance, then you can find Nagaon in the division of Central Assam. There are 2 subdivisions, 7 revenue circles, and 13 development blocks. Geographical area is 2,287 kilometers square. Population is almost this one. Okay, then literacy is 71%. Revenue villages is 9. Number of revenue villages 960. Panchayat 169. But I have to say that this data at the current moment I am talking about is okay, but in near future or sometimes this data may be changed. So you have to verify this data. Like about the population, 18 lakhs 92,550. 18 lakh 92,550. So this population data I'm talking about 2011 census, but currently this data is obviously changed. So time to time this data needs to be sick. Otherwise every information in this lecture may be static, and that portion is okay. Okay, means that it is not going to change. Like as an overview, we have already found that Nagaon is a centrally located district in Assam, situated on the southern bank of Brahmaputra River between 24.5 to almost 26 north latitude, then 91.50 to 93.20 east longitude. And it is bounded by Sunitpur and the Brahmaputra to the north, West Karbi Anglong, Hosai, Dima Hasao in the south, East Karbi Anglong, Golaghat to the east, and Morigao to the west. Now, why Nagaon is famous or why we have to visit Nagaon? First of all, rich in culture, spirituality, nature, and wildlife. And very important that the birthplace of Srimanta Sankardeva is at Bordua in Nagaon. Then there are some famous places like Mataji Gurdwara, Sapormukh, then Baptist Church, then Bar Masjid, Jayantipur, then obviously Kaziranga National Park, Burhapar and Bagori, then Lakhua Wildlife Sanctuary, that is the buffer of Kaziranga Tiger Reserve, then natural waterfalls are there, Sopanala, Assamese traditional jewelry you can find here made up, that is Ranthali, then illustrated manuscript like Bali Sotro. Now, what are the best time to visit Nagaon? In winter, that is November to February, that is the best time, and in the summer, March to April. And there are different way you can reach Nagaon by bus, by train, by air, all connected. You can find air connection up to Guwahati, and from Guwahati, you will have different buses and travelers available up to Nagaon. Now, Nagaon is famous for natural tourism because a significant part of the Kaziranga National Park and Tiger Reserve falls in Nagaon. Kaziranga, we know an UNESCO World Heritage Site and home to 2/3 of the world's greatest one-horned rhinoceros population. The historical Lakowa Wildlife Sanctuary of Nagaon is notified buffer of the, we can say buffer actually, buffer of the Kaziranga Tiger Reserve. This should be buffer, of course. The sanctuary is placed with a myriad of picturesque landscape and many wildlife species such as Asiatic wild buffaloes, Royal Bengal tigers, Indian elephants, wild boars, civets, and more than 300 species of birds, including critically endangered like, Bengal florican. Reserve forests such as, the Woka, Suang, North Tizu, Kamaikha, Bagzer, Kurukata offer immense potential for natural lovers to explore and track. And we have wetlands here also like Pokhitirtho, Deobali, and Hahila are home for many rare, endemic, and migratory bird life. And places such as Baduli Kurung, a cave home for thousands of bats, and the Blue Water Lake and natural waterfall, Deozuri, Chapanala, and Hadhadi are the major tourist attraction for natural lovers. So these are the waterfalls. So you may be asked in the apsc interview that tell us some important or some famous waterfalls of Nagaon. Then you can cite these ones like Deozuri, Chapanala, and Hadadi. Then, if we talk about the history, till 1826, Nagaon was under the Burmese rule. It came under the British rule after the Yandabo Treaty was ratified. Nagaon was carved out as a separate administrative district unit in the year 1833. It took a couple of years before the British finally settled on the present site of Nagaon town on the bank of Kolong River as the district headquarters in 1839. Yes, all Nagaon people should, I think all are aware with that how famous or infamous this Kolong River is. Known earlier as Khagorizan, the district headquarters was later renamed as Nagaon, and gradually it developed into a flourishing town. It became municipality in the year 1893. The eastern, western, and southern fringes of the newly organized district were once ruled by different small feudal kings or their agents. An extensive and undulating plain intersected by big and small hills and rivers, the geography of the segments determine who their master ought to be. Now, the residual effects of the rule of the Vuyas were imaginatively utilized and reorganized by Momai Tamuli Borua, an interpreted officer of the Ahom king Pratap Singh in the first half of 17th century. So, আমি জানো ভূঞাসকলৰ ৰাজ আৰু তেওঁলোকৰ নগাঁৱত থকা মানে যিখিনি তেওঁলোকৰ ৰাজ আছিল বা সেই তাৰ ওপৰত মোমাই তামুলী বৰুৱাই কেনেকৈ ৰিঅৰ্গেনাইজ কৰিছিল আৰু মোমাই তামুলী বৰুৱা আমাৰ আহোম কিং প্ৰতাপ সিংহৰ এজন इंटरप्रेट ऑफिसर আছিল। सो मोमाई तमुली बरुआ जो है आहोम किंग प्रताप सिंह का एक ऑफिसर थे और ऑफिसर बहुत ही फेमस थे वो और क्यों थे आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू नो अबाउट इट दिस because I have already discussed in some separate lectures about him. Now, this area until then was more strategic than administrative concern. It was newly organized village system, hence called No-Gao. No mane new. Because it is newly organized. You have seen that Momai Damuli Borua has reorganized this under the Ahom King Pratap Singh. So, as it is a newly organized, as it was a newly organized village system, so it was called as, or it is called as Nagaon. No mane new. Now, some famous personalities from Nagaon, like Indian film actress Sharmila Tagore's maternal grandfather is noted Nagaon-born author. Who is that? Janandiviram Borawa. So I hope you know. So Janamdivar Sharmila Tagore's maternal grandmother father আছিল. Then আৰু সবতকৈ যদি এটা famous example দিব খোজে আপোনালোকে as a famous personality from Nagaon, then obviously he is none other than Lakshminath Bezborua. So Lakshminath Bezborua was born on a boat as in a still stood or in a sandbank of the Brahmaputra at Ahotguri near Roha on the Lakshmi Purnima night on 14 October 1864. Then this is a famous Raja Khera Nogonya. So Bhotai Deka, a young patriot of Bhotai Gaon near Nagaon town, had brutally killed Lalukhula Borphukon in 1602 and relieve the people from his atrocities. Now, Sindhura Hazarika, another youth, led the disgruntled villagers against the infamous Ahom king Gorinath Singha, who came near Rupohi village after Muamoria rebellion and let loose a reign of terror. The king had to flee from his camp, so the people of Nagaon are also known as Raja Kheda Nagonya. কাৰণ তেওঁলোকে ৰজা খেদিছিলে, কাক খেদিছিলে আপোনালোকে গম পালে, গৰিনাথ সিংহক। চ' সেইবাবে তেখেতক মানে সেই খেদাৰ বাবেই তেখেতক মানে নগাঁৱৰ মানুহসকলক কোৱা হৈছিল ৰজা খেদা নগন্য বুলি। The female version of the evergreen Bollywood song Hame Tumse Pyar Kitna from the Hindi film Kudrat was rendered by Padmasri Parveen Sultan, who hails from Nagaon. So this is one more personality. Then Anandaram Dhekyal Phukon was one of the pioneer of Assamese literature who started his literature life at the age of 17. He was appointed as junior assistant commissioner of Nagaon. So he was one more famous personality. You can cite who is he? Anandaram Dhekyal Phukon. Then Bhugeshwari Phukononi. बहुते फेमस है, बहुत फेमस है. So I hope you have to know about her. So Bhugeshwari Phukononi was shot dead at Barhampur, Nagaon, when she tried to protect the honor of her granddaughter Ratnamala, from whose hands the British had snatched away the Indian flag. So these are the famous personalities of Nagaon. And about the colleges and universities, so many colleges are there in Nagaon, like Nagaon College, then Ramanujan College. I hope you know and you heard about these colleges. And so many universities are also there, right? Shimonto Sankardev University. So you can cite some colleges and university from your town by comment. And whatever I discuss in this video, I hope this will be important and enough for such APSC interview or APSC examination point of view. If you want to know more, then obviously you can go and search about this. And any more thing you would like me to discuss, you can comment. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.